Hey guys, welcome to today's live. I know you are all excited and ready to begin. We have a special guest today that will be coming to share with us so you can move to the United Kingdom as a care worker. I know a lot of you have been reaching out to me saying, how can I get a care worker job? Well, she is experienced in this area and she can help you to get to the UK with a care worker job. So, without any further ado, we're going to bring our guest. She is Clara, and we can find her on YouTube under Clara Immigration. Welcome, Clara. How are you doing today?
Good, good. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm just so delighted and I can't wait to start speaking.
I know you cannot wait to start speaking, Clara. So, without any further ado, we're not going to be long today. We're going to be short and spicy. Clara, can you tell us about some of the opportunities that you share with people who are interested in, getting a job in the UK?
Yeah. So, like Dr. Britton said, I actually talk about moving to the UK, most especially with the care pathway. And this is because moving to the UK as a care worker, be it a care assistant or a nurse, comes with so much benefit. And since 2022, a lot of people have taken advantage of this. Guys, should I let you know that about 70 applicants, international applicants, 70,000 of them rather, moved to the UK just in the space of 2022 till now. So this shows you that indeed it's a good opportunity no one should miss for anything. So Dr. Britton is going to be asking me questions regarding this, and I'm going to try my possible best to ensure I answer them in all honesty and also to give you the correct answer without misleading any of you. But before I leave the screen to her, like she said, I can help you move to UK as a care worker if that is what you'd be interested in today.
Yes, and she will give you more details before we go on how she can help you to get that job in the UK. Can you tell us what are the requirements to get a care job in the United Kingdom?
Now, in terms of the requirement, it all varies on the kind of job, in particular, the care job you want to apply for. So when you hear care visa, it depends. It could be coming in as a care assistant, whereby you don't need so many working experience in the care sector or a relevant degree in care. It also could be coming in as a professional care worker, that is a nurse, medical doctor, and other professions, eye professions that is in care. So for the care assistant pathway, if you go to the UK government website, which is called gov.co.uk, they write there experiences is actually not needed to apply for the job. But I do tell people, most especially my audience, which employer in their right sense would employ those without any form of experiences. So for the qualification, I would advise try to gather some voluntary experiences in care. This is not a must, but this is gonna boost your chances. I said at the beginning of this live session that 70,000 people already took advantage of this. This is to show you that it is highly competitive. A lot of people are looking for this opportunity. Among the 70,000 people who got this opportunity, definitely they are not the only ones trying. Millions of people tried this pathway. So for you to stand out, you need some experiences to show to these employers that I know what the care visa route entails into the UK. So getting a voluntary experience, which could be gotten either in the hospital or a clinic, or if you've got any care
Yeah.
home nearby, you can attach that to your CV as a working experience. However, when attaching that, you need to state voluntary, a voluntary job, but that qualifies you. Another requirement is that you need to get some online training. In other words, it's called online certification. These are certifications awarded to you where you can go get on platforms such as Florence Academy, Allison Academy, Caredemy. This platform allows you to come in from any part of the world, take some virtual training, get some certification and attach to your CV. Now, these certifications could be free It also could be paid one. But however, I do say if this is what is going to give you this opportunity into the UK, and the platform is saying, okay, pay about £2, $2 or thereabouts to acquire the certificate, then I would say go for it. But in all honesty, you don't need so much qualifications as a person to come into the UK as a care assistant. When you hear care assistant, it means you're coming in to work in a care home care, to either work as a domiciliary carer, to work as a living carer. So that is our focus of today's video. So we're going to be talking more about the care assistant route, or let me say the code 6145 route. So it's a code, a UK code, an occupational code, whereby you can use in applying for your visa. So I hope I answered that. If you got more questions for me, please let me know.
I know Dawn was saying, can a person with a medical doctor degree get a job like this in the UK? Because I know this is for people, usually home care and stuff. What about medical doctor people with degrees?
Now, for medical doctors, you just can't see jobs online from your own country and just apply. You need to get some relevant qualifications in the UK, some certifications in the UK, whereby I think they call it is it plateau, whereby you write some examinations to qualify you. Reason why a lot of people, nurses, doctors, and those highly professional care workers gravitate towards the home care job. So when they come in here, they know they're already in the UK, then they can work towards getting the necessary qualifications in terms of taking the examination to start practicing as a doctor or a nurse over here. So the home care job is just like a stepping stone into the UK.
Okay, good. All right. Thanks for answering that, Clara. Can you tell us what type of visa they usually offer to these care workers? And is this visa hard to obtain?
Now, you use the word hard. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not going to say it's hard. But what you need most importantly is to get a job offer from a licensed employer in the UK. Now, getting this job offer, a lot of people say, oh, Clara, it's so difficult to get a job. You just need to know the right link to use, the right website to use on how to navigate your job search. Send in your application. Now, the UK government is not saying before you send your application, unlike other countries, you must be nominated, you must do that, you must do this. No. It's basically just to go online, send your CV. You're quite lucky enough, the employer loves what he sees on your CV, whereby your skill is speaking for you, your experience is, your certification is speaking for you. Then they offer you what is called COS, Certificate of Sponsorship. It's an electronic reference number which you can use to apply for this visa on the UK immigration website. Now, one thing I love about moving to the UK as a carer is that you're coming in for free. Literally, you're not meant to pay a dime. So this is a free visa pathway, a free visa sponsorship into the UK. Now, it all varies in terms of the visa duration. Some employer could give you contract of about 2 years, 1 year, 3 years. However, your contracted employment is not being used to let me rephrase. Your contracted employment is not what the Home Office is going to use to award you a visa. What does this mean? It means you may get a 2 years working experience or working job offer from this employer, but the Home Office may give you about 5 years work permit, 5 years work visa. And the visa for care workers, just like the name says, is called care work visa. That is the kind of visa that is going to be given to you. On your card, it's going to be written care work visa. You're under the care work visa sponsorship.
All right. So good. I noticed you mentioned from a licensed employer. So they have to make sure that whoever they're applying to, they're licensed to sponsor that COS.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, how much do they make, or should I say, how much do care workers make in the UK? Is it something that, they can live comfortably, send something back home, and if they want to study, study?
Yeah. So a lot of people have come into this UK as a care worker and have made something for themselves just by care job. Now, this argument is in both sides. There are people that are naysayers towards it, while there are some people that encourages it. So I just say it all depends on the individual, really. Like
Mm-hmm.
what may be enough for me, sufficient for you, may differs.
Yes.
Okay, for me, while what may be sufficient for me may differ for you. Let's say as a care worker in England, you are likely to earn about £12 50 per hour. In other places such as Northern Ireland, you can earn £10 42 per hour. And let's say at home, after the tax and everything, you're coming home with about 100, 200, 1200. You're coming home, that is about £1,200. To me, someone like me, because I'm not really a big spender, that is more than enough for me to even send home. For
For a
another
month. That's
person,
for a month.
eh, for a
That's for a
month,
month.
yeah, 1200
Okay. Yeah.
pounds in a month.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends. Now, let's say you pick up more shifts, you work more agency job, or you pick up more shifts where you're currently working, you can come in home with about 1500.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends. And you said something, is it enough for someone to live on? And I was trying to make an illustration. It all depends on the individual. Like 1200 for me as an individual is more than enough for me to live on and even send back home from where
Yes.
I come from. Why for another person it may not be. So I would say if you're coming in as a care worker, yes, you're gonna be on the minimum wage. Okay?
Yeah.
However, you should know why you are here. What are you trying to achieve? Let's say you're here because you want to try to help your family back at home, or you have a project back at home you want to complete or something. Then I would say work towards it. Pick as much shift as you can. Try to cut down on your spending and just achieve that goal you've set for yourself. Why there are some people
Yes.
who would come here, they'll have nothing, no goal, they just want to come into the UK and just work without thinking of the future. Then they start spending, buying the Gucci once they receive their 1200, then they buy the latest Gucci bag, this and that, Louis Vuitton. So it all depends, really. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, care job is a very rewarding job. When I mean care job, I'm not even talking about nurses here or doctors. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
carers, home carers. It's a very rewarding job at the end of the day.
So I'm going to talk a little more about the environment compared to where you're from. And I know people from other countries who might be interested. How diverse is it there? Is it in, I'm not sure if you're in the UK, but where in the UK you are, but how diverse it is. Can you find like stores that, sell some of the foods that you eat from back home? And how expensive is it, when you go out in the stores to buy grocery and stuff like that?
Yeah. So definitely, since I'm in the UK and I'm in Nigeria, I always crave for my Nigerian food, which is quite expensive, yeah, than what we're gonna get at home. Okay,
Yes.
but definitely, this is something you can do without. You need to buy it. You need to eat your food. You need to love the food you want. So in terms of the prices, if you're comparing, only if you're converting, that is when you feel like it's expensive. But if you're not converting the money, it's good. For me, it's good. And
Yeah.
when I came in, first of all, like years ago, for the first time, I always convert money whenever I'm trying to buy like plantains, beans, African foods. But it got to a point whereby I'm comfortable with whatever price I get, as long as I'm
Yes.
getting value for the amount. I'm comfortable. So that shouldn't be what is going to stop you if you are back at home, most especially from African country, Jamaica, Nigeria, Ghana. You're a Ghanaian. It shouldn't stop you. Like, okay, oh, would I get my African food? Would I get my African food? If that is what you're thinking about, then you never make a move. Now, where I stay precisely, I stay in a particular part of the UK, which is called Northern Ireland. Now, there's not so many African shops here. But however, no matter how much mile it's going to take me to drive down to buy this food, I go for it. I go for
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you. Because we do the same here. We do we
Yeah.
do the same here. All right. I know you mentioned earlier that for the care jobs, they might be placed in a home, you say, or they can be placed in a hospital. Is that
Hmm.
did you say hospital? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about do are there opportunities to work with children, like in a children's home as a care worker?
Now, that is a different pathway entirely. When you say children, it could be
Hmm.
nanny job. Um, in the UK, yeah, I do say nanny's job is quite different from home care. Where a lot of people,
Okay.
when they get care worker, you can come in to work as a care assistant. They think even with nanny job, no. So I was making that argument today in my classes I do take about moving overseas. Someone was like, is there opportunity for people to come in to work with children in the
Yeah.
UK? No. A lot of
Mm.
people hearing me today, they'll be like, oh, Clara, we've read on YouTube. No, it's a lie. Visa sponsorship for nanny is not viable. I've never seen it. I don't know where the misconception or misinformation came out from. But if you want to come
Yeah.
into the UK to work with children, you need to get their relevant qualifications. As a matter of fact, people go to school to acquire certifications, qualifications to be able to apply as a nanny in the UK. Not to talk of you overseas applicants. So there's no such opportunity as that. Now, I may be wrong, like I do say, please go and do your own research. Come back here on this channel, leave it in the comment section and say, oh, Clara, I've done my research and there
Yes.
is pathway for people to come in to work with children. But for me, there's no such pathway as that for sponsorship jobs.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, what about your rent? Can 1,200 take care of your needs there and to send home? Like what rent is like there in the UK?
Now, it all varies. Now, if you're living in England, you know definitely cost of living over there is much more higher than this part of the UK that I am. Now, if you're living in England and you're earning 1,200, you know definitely you can go on to rent a full-blown apartment. You may want to have a shared apartment with someone, okay, or have a flatmate or something like that. Because the rent over there is quite expensive. So people go as far as paying about 1,200 just for the apartment. Now, for this side of the UK that I am, which is Northern Ireland, you receive 1,200, you can get an apartment for £300, £400, no jokes. So if
Wow.
you minus £400 from 1,200, you're having about
Yes.
800 with you. Let's say you're a big eater, you love food just like myself, so you can spend about 200 or even 300 for your food, be African food and the normal food over here. You still be left with about 500. Now, 500, let's say you need to take transportation to your working place, you can budget about £100. You still have 400 with you. That you can send home. If you're from a place like Nigeria, where I'm from, if you send home £100, that is a big money. You can still
Yeah.
save out of it, and you can still buy yourself and treat yourself out of that money. So it all varies where you get the job, what part of the
Hmm.
UK you get the job. Really,
Hmm.
it all
Okay.
varies.
So I know for teachers in the United States, and I think for the UK also, to teach in the UK and the US, we have to go on something we call like a program sponsor, like a agency that, hires us and then places us with a school district. Are there programs, or should I say agencies in the UK that people can apply to get a nurse care job in the UK?
Yes, there are thousands and thousands of agencies in the UK with license to sponsor you. And I do say I love moving abroad through an agent. Okay, this is because an agent is well connected with a lot of employer. They've got a lot of options in terms of recruitment. They can place you in this particular place or that particular place. You are not limited. One good thing again is that these agencies are actually free. If you go on the UK government website where it lists the agencies where you can come in or come through as a care assistant, it is stated paying is prohibited. You are not meant to pay a dime to this agency. But unfortunately, some people misuse this opportunity. Okay, so you can't really do nothing about that. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, indeed, their agency and the UK government have made it even more easier for us, whereby they've got like a list where they put all of the agencies, recruitment agencies with the license to sponsor overseas applicants. Be it you're coming in as a nurse, a doctor, a care assistant, or any other care professional, you can come in through them. It's quite easy, and I'm going to be sharing this link with Dr. Britain, so she's going to leave here on our channel in the description box for those who'd be interested.
Yeah. So she did say, Fred, that she's going to be sharing the link so that people can check it. But off the top of your head, Clara, can you tell us maybe a few of those agencies that that are COS approved?
Now, I can't have them in my head because there are thousands, there are a lot, so I've never really put any in my head except when I'm doing my research to come and share the latest recruitment agency, those ones with visa sponsorship, then I get, and afterwards when I talk about it, it flies away. Okay, but I think with the link and the right guidance, you should be able to apply independently on your own. However, I do organize like a class, one-on-one section, master class, and the rest where I put people through. Just today, we completed the master class for March, whereby I host a 3-day class, active class on recruitment, showing them the right links to use to get this job, to get an employer who's going to bring them to the UK for free, pay their flight tickets, visa fee, everything. I show them where to contact them directly, how to send the application, how to organize the application and everything. So if you want to partake from that, you can reach out to me. I'm going to be leaving my details, my contact information with Dr. Britain. You can reach out to me and say, I watch you, and I'm interested.
So that's what I was just going to ask you, Clara, to share with them how you can help them to get in the UK. I know you say you had a master class and that ended today. Will you have any more upcoming master class, or they just need to reach out to you directly after today?
Yeah. So I'm going to be having another masterclass, maybe sometimes in May or maybe never. I don't even really know yet. Because, masterclass takes a lot. I've been teaching non-stop for the past 3 days. However, I also got like a one-on-one session, consultation, where you come to me, we sit, we speak for over 30 minutes.
What's your website for that one-on-one consultation?
So it's just to reach me on Instagram, called Clara Immigration, with over 14,000 followers. Clara Immigration. Reach me and let me know that you watched me on Dr. Britain's channel and you are interested. Then I'm just going to give you like a link to pay. It's not a free services though, it's a paid services. However, I made it extremely affordable and very cheap because I know a lot of people sometimes, especially where we come from, struggle to get this money. And I want a lot of people to benefit from this opportunity, so I've made it very cheap. However, if you say you can't even afford it, then you can come to my YouTube channel. I've got about 110,000 followers the last time I checked. I give details information there. I give step-by-step guidance there. And sometimes when you even watch that channel, you may not even need to book a consultation with me, as my videos are very well explained. Okay, so I think that is another alternative for you.
All right, awesome. So I did put that in the comment section, guys. You can reach Clara at Clara Immigration on IG. If you're interested in a one-on-one session, send her a message, let her know you saw her on my channel and you would like to move ahead with that one-on-one session. Also, you can find her on YouTube at Clara Immigration. Guys, go ahead and subscribe to her channel. Clara, is there anything else you'd like to share? People, let me say this. Do you know that it's up maybe after 10 now where Clara is, and we have her up past our bedtime? If you have not liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And thank you, Clara, for coming on, because look, this time difference is killing me. But thank you for coming on, Clara. And guys, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, share this video, and please reach out to Clara. Is there anything you would like to share with us that we I might have not asked. I know you've been talking also in the last couple of your videos, you've been sharing how to work in like Ireland and Luxembourg, some of these countries I don't even know. Do you want to tell us just a little about those and
Yeah,
then anything else that I might have missed?
yeah. So just as there's opportunity in the UK, it doesn't mean the UK is the only one with this opportunity. There are several opportunities all across the world for international workers coming from African background, Asia countries, and the rest. However, like I do tell to my audience, relocating abroad is not a day's job. You don't just wake up and say you want to move abroad. You need to be willing to put in the search in terms of making sure you are researching properly. Now, since this is what I do, I know of these opportunities here and there. So for Ireland, basically, it's just like the UK, where you can come in to work as a care assistant. This particular visa pathway is under the General Employment Skilled Permit in Ireland. You can come in, you'll be given a 2 years visa first to start with, where you can move, work in Ireland, and after 3 years, you qualify for the Ireland PRO as a care worker. Same as Luxembourg, there's also opportunity for carers over there. And one thing I love about Luxembourg is that unlike UK and Ireland, whereby you need English language proficiency and the rest, for Luxembourg, you don't need it since it's not an English speaking country. Now, you say Clara is not an English speaking country. Doesn't mean there is a language barrier in Luxembourg. From my research, 80% of people speak English in Luxembourg, so that shouldn't put you off. All I'm going to say, if you want it, then why not go for it? Go for it, as you may just be lucky. And guys, this old Luxembourg just came out, and I've gotten one testimony already of one of my followers who have gotten a job sponsorship in Luxembourg as a care worker. So this is to let you know it's no scam. When people see move abroad with free visa sponsorship, move abroad for free, move abroad through this, they think it's a scam. It's no scam. You just need to be willing to put in the work, to work out towards it, to pursue it. Nothing good comes easy, really. I'm a believer of hard work, and I take pride in that. I work so hard, and I say if everyone can do that, then they will definitely achieve what they want. Okay, so it's just to be able to put in the right work, use the right information, because in as much as this pathway is real, it's no scam. However, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so you need to be able to filter the bad one from the good one. And how can you do this? Is by researching. If you're not so good at that, that is where someone like myself comes in, where you can book my services. I can talk you through, put you through. And guys, I charge the most cheapest, which is $23. You can't find it nowhere. Some of my colleagues have called me, "Oh, Clara, are you stupid? Are you Father Christmas? Are you Mother Christmas?" But I know what I'm doing, because getting this testimony alone is a lot of joy for me. Okay, now I know time is money. I can't give my time for free. However, I know that it's beyond that. The reason why I made it so cheap, so affordable for everyone who is interested. So, Dr. Britton, to your followers, if they ever want my services, I'm even going to make it much more cheap for them. Only if they say I am from Dr. Britton. Okay, so instead of giving them for the normal price, I'm going to slash it and give them for so cheap, just to put them through. Now, it's not a must. No one is putting a gun on your head to say you must do it.
Right.
My videos are so explanatory. If you watched my today's video talking about Ireland, I literally gave the secrets on how to get this job in Ireland, the care job to be precise. What I posted on my YouTube channel today, which was 2 p.m. UK time, hours ago, was what people paid for me for my masterclass to teach them. But I know definitely not everyone were able to attend the masterclass because of financial constraint. So I took up my time again, going through it to make a video out of it, just to post there. So those who couldn't pay could benefit from it. So what I'm saying here in essence is that it's not a must you actually pay for the services. My videos, you can get them for free on YouTube. You don't need to pay. So you've got two options. Is either you want to speak with me personally, you pay, or you don't have the money, then you go to my channel. that is the best place you could ever think about relocating abroad, most especially to the UK, through a work visa sponsorship.
All right. So you heard it, guys. Get all the information from Clara Immigration on YouTube channel. She says she has a step-by-step guide. And if that's your interest, you need to definitely subscribe to our channel and turn your notification bells on. Thank you very much for coming, Clara. And you said $23. That's 23 pounds.
Yeah.
That's cheap. That is cheap, guys. And if you say you're coming from my channel, she's gonna make it even cheaper. So thanks very much for coming, Clara. We really appreciate you, and we don't want to
Thank
keep you
you.
away from your bed any longer. But please continue doing the awesome job that you're doing. And I'm sure we will have some people reaching out to you. All right, all the best, guys, and we will
Right.
see you next
Thank
time.
you.
Bye.
Bye.